Hi YouTube. This is a video about the HTC Desire Z that I acquired over the week. It's one of the flagship phones from 2011, early 2011, alongside the Desire HD. It's quite a practical phone. It has a slide-out keyboard. It runs at 800 MHz as standard, and it has 512 MB of ROM on board. Has some memory on top, but I'll just put a 32 gig SD card in this. This is not running the gingerbread mod. We've got the ice cream sandwich installed on this, and as you can see, it's looking rather nice. To menu and go to system settings, and then we can have a look at what's installed on this fella here, about phone. Okay, and as you can see, there we go, Cyanogen mod 9. This is an unofficial ROM with the kernel 3.042 plus. Okay, as you can tell, it's all very good. This ROM is running quite nicely actually. It's not as super fast as like the gingerbread ROMs or anything like that, but the practicality and function of it is definitely something not to be sniffed at. Rather practical ROM in regard to memory and things like that, so rather good. So look at this now, so like say iPhone or for Desire Z. Let's see if I could actually spell it. I tried Incredible, I was looking at that today. Okay, this is running the Wi-Fi, so that's why it's reasonably fast, but even then it runs fast on just the HDSPA mode that it employs on our network on T-Mobile in the UK. Everything works as it should do. The keyboard and whatnot runs really well. For example, if you're say surfing the internet, then what I do is actually press the search button sometimes, and that works quite nicely actually. Yeah, let's just get that on there. Oops, there we go. So like so HTC, and then we can press enter. That's running. This ROM comes standard clocked at 1000 MHz. I've got this one at 1.2 at the moment, just to kind of give it a bit more of an edge. Also tried to install the supercharger kernel for this, but that's just like, I might as well be black magic trying to install that. So I need to have a go at that again. But overall, it's quite a fast little thing actually, for what you need it for, really. And the use of the capacitive button and things. Sorry. Sake. Right, there we go. Helps if you press the button. The capacitive button on the right hand side is really quite funky and very, very practical. It's actually been quite a surprise. I've only had the phone for less than a week. I bought it off a friend of mine, and just like you know, it's just general surfing is nice and fast. You know, no real mither. You know, and the way the actual the sentences and the words are actually put, they look really quite nice and clear, and work within the actual screen real estate that you have. Things should be working. Sometimes the capacitive button is not as great as it could be, but I think that's more down to the lag of the unit. But because of the actual overall function of ice cream sandwich, it does seem to work a lot better actually. Bit of an Audible freak. There you go, Audible, very good. A bit of a plug for them. We like them. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to press that. I'll jump out of there. To show the performance of this system settings, so you can actually see what we're talking about with regard to the performance issues. Well, I've just gone the wrong way. Okay, performance. So we've got processor speed here. That will be if I go back. Let's do that. And at the moment I told you I've got maximum CPU frequency. But we can move this all the way up to 1560 MHz, which is pretty much along the same lines as a Sensation XL processor, except that has the extra 256 MB of RAM, because this comes over here 512. Because this is Ice Cream Sandwich, I was able to also install the new Google Now feature on the phone. So we'll have a look at that. So just literally pressing the search button does actually eventually bring it up at some point in the future. There we go. So, what is the weather today?
The forecast for Stockport, UK today is 16 degrees with a chance of rain.
And it's certainly rained today. All works rather well, this. We've been using it today. Pictures of Claude Monet. Some of my daughter's homework. Okay, and there's the fellow himself. My eldest daughter was doing King Henry VIII. History of King Henry VIII. Okay, there he is. You know, BBC History stuff. It's quite practical. What I like about this is that you can be doing things with the kids on encyclopedia, or using an encyclopedia, and then you could also be referring to this and just asking simple questions, which is quite nice actually. And this was actually a very easy modification just to install. We installed this through the Clockwork mod. Just to put it into perspective, I brought the Jelly Bean. What do you call this? My Nexus 7. Be a bit difficult to do this, but hopefully. Pictures of Claude Monet. So we've got two different things there. Pictures of Clock Monday and pictures of money. Try a bit more easier on that. Try and do this again. Pictures of the Queen. Lovely, there you go. Okie dokie. So it works rather well. Especially considering this is a quad core processor and this ain't. I would advise people to install this. It's just that it would be better if it actually ran a bit more smoother with a bit less lag, just to kind of keep it up. Battery is obviously a bit of an issue with this. I'd probably advise to buy a bigger battery. But that's my only experience. I've only had it running since yesterday, but I do like it. Camera wise, you get the whole shebang. You get the panoramic views, as you can tell, the panoramic and the video. You get the 720p, which is standard on the HTC Desire Z as well. You know, some of the images are not too bad. That's just family, friends. Okay, but you know, you can see that's quite good. Overall, it's a very impressive phone. I like the way it actually works, sort of rather nice and sweet. The internet works quite nicely. Oops, press that button again. Once you install the Google Now, I think it runs a real treat as well. Once again, thank you very much to Cyanogen and the people that actually modified this to run on the Desire Z. It would be nice if HTC actually developed a better plan of action in regard to their software rollout. This was supposed to get Ice Cream Sandwich officially, but it didn't in the end because the 512 mega ROM issue, or RAM, which is a shame really, because it's a fantastic piece of hardware, and we'll be looking forward to an upgrade of the future. Okay, thank you, bye bye.